You mean to tell me? Because once you start challenging your own love, you find out that it's a more room in you that needs to grow. And when people start persecuting you, instead of you persecuting them back, God put them there to show you where you really are. That's what he does. I might not like it, but it's his will for my life. It's not my will for my own. See, Jesus went through the same thing. Guess what? He was persecuted. He didn't do nobody wrong. There was nothing wrong in him. He was persecuted. Why? I hadn't done nothing wrong. Lord, you made me like this. That's what I used to say all the time. You the one made. If my mom said she tried to abort me. You know that I shouldn't have been here. So I'm here. Why are you persecuting me now, or allowing folks to persecute me now? How can you ever demonstrate love? How else can you demonstrate love? You can't demonstrate it walking in shame. Mephibosheth, my first message, my first message. Get this now. I've been called. You might think, what is he called to? But the fact is, I've been called. So they had me. I will finish in a moment. I can't just leave you hanging out here. Man. I was called, and I'm thinking, I've been running away from God, sitting in church for 6-7 years, running away from God in church because I didn't want people to think of me in a different manner than what I was really showing. So when I get to church, I'm like, oh, praise the Lord. But the same old folks, I used to get home and talk about those same old folks. You see how she looked at me? With disgust in her eye. You see the way he talked to me? And I'm thinking the whole time, I'm like, I don't want to be here. I don't. Lord, just move me. Ain't no love there. Stayed there 15 years. Not because I wanted to. Because of what God said not to go anywhere. And a lot of you is in situations in your life right now. You've been looking for answers. And God said, it's going to stay there. Your situation is not going to change. Hear me now. Well, why would you do such a thing to me? Why would you allow persecution? Because I want to develop your love. Let me go on to finish. So I got up in front of all these folks. They had a church full of folks that day. They came to hear this preacher that called himself a preacher. Never said much in front of nobody. And when I did say something, I stumbled. I was just like Moses. Get somebody else, Lord. You know I can't talk. I'm serious. So I got up there, everybody just anticipated. I had folks tell all the folks that knew me that he gonna mess up. He gonna tear the whole English language apart. I had folks tell all the folks that told me that particular day before I got up. So everybody came out not to cheer me on. Everybody came out, hear me now, just to laugh at me. Amen. Whole church full of folks. Ain't never been. Hear me now. Ain't never been when somebody that their first time getting up, I know about 200, 300 folks were there. So I get up here, and the first thing I start sweating. I ain't wear glasses then, I got up there, I had my notes outlined and everything, and what I want to talk about, the same book I'm talking to you about. Because that's when God started dealing with me about shame. You didn't hear me. I get up there, and the first thing I open up, and I got the opening correct. Then after that, everything went blank. I went to my notes, couldn't see my notes. It's just like having glasses, can't see. So I'm standing there, everybody looking at me, they whispering. You can see everything when you're up front. And then they start whispering. Then I hear somebody hackle in the back. Ask my wife was there. Somebody hackle in the back. Then all of a sudden I stood there and I wanted to leave but couldn't go. My feet and everything was like wouldn't move, and I got scared. I got so scared that you know how you don't want to show folks what you're like, what I gonna do now? I only been up here 3 minutes. Then all of a sudden, I learned what God really means. Well, he'll give you the words to say. Power came in my body so fast, I ain't had to read. I started walking. The more I walked, the more people started standing up in there clapping. I said, what is they clapping for? They wasn't clapping at first. Why they start clapping now? You think I'm joking? I'm serious. Never heard such a powerful message because it was none of me. It was all of him. That's the reason why when I give you stuff today, I can't do it. You know why? I messed the English language all to pieces. Is that the best way to put that? I'll mess it up. But I rely on him. And today I will tell you something. We need to put the shame to rest. We need to uproot it because it's destroying our life. It's making us lame before the presence of God. Mephibosheth, it says in the 9th chapter of 2 Samuel, he sat at the table of David all his life, lame in both of his feet. God ain't raising lame Christians today. You know what your feet represents? Your walk. You constantly stumbling through life. You can't get nothing right long enough for God to bless you. And that's what the church is today. They lame in both of their feet. You know why? Because the root of it is not always what you're doing. The root of it is something you did not cause, but God gave you power over it. Remember, there was two definitions of Mephibosheth's name: shame breaker and image. What did I say? Shame breaker and image breaker. Okay? I mean, shame destroyer and image breaker. But it also means scatter shame or let me read it instead of trying to walk away first. He who scatters shame or from the mouth of a shameful thing. Now you choose. Which one of them you want to be today? A shame destroyer, an image breaker, or he that scatters shame. See, like I told you, for me then, tell you, I messed up a lot of people. Friends messed them up. My own family, I can tell you. See, it's different when you can see the results of your own fruit, of your labor in your family. You can see that. You ain't got to look out far. All you got to do is look among you in your family. Because I walked in it for years, walked in shame. Nobody really loved me, and God put me in a place where God was really trying to demonstrate how I should be. It ain't an act, something you can put on when you get to church, but when you get home, you're raising all kinds of hell. I'm using that in a biblical sense. I don't curse. So I had to use it in